On today's Live Daily News, two suspects in the Eric Talton murder case have been indicted. Why drivers need to avoid FM 2105 this afternoon, and Concho Valley High School marching bands are competing at state. All this and more. I'm Yantis Green, and this is Live. But before we get to the news, hunting season is here, and what better place to take your harvest than Sklenarik's smoked meats over in Miles. Whether big game or small, Sklenarik's does it all. Bring your work to the best smokehouse in the Concho Valley at 108 South Robinson in Miles, Texas, at Sklenarik's Smoked Meats. Now on to the news. We start the news off with an update on the Eric Talton murder case. Two individuals have been indicted for their roles in the brutal murder of Eric Talton. 40-year-old Kenneth Harvey was indicted in October for murder and tampering with physical evidence, and 27-year-old Brittany Schoonmaker was also indicted on a tampering with physical evidence charge. Talton was first reported missing in August of 2022, and his body was discovered in Kimball County. After a year-long investigation, warrants for Harvey and Schoonmaker were issued, and they were caught in DeKalb County, Georgia, back on August 3rd of this year. They were then transported back to Tom Green County August 9th. For more on that story and the connecting stories, go to sanangelolive.com. Also, a DPS investigation could force drivers to find an alternative route home today. At 1:50 this afternoon, the Tom Green County Sheriff's Office issued a nixle to avoid the area of FM 2105 and Grape Creek Road for police activity. Now, that's where that fatal crash occurred on October 30th at that intersection that claimed the life of 37-year-old Cheryl Anderson, so be sure and avoid that area this afternoon. In high school news, some Concho Valley marching bands are competing at the UIL State Championships. Those schools include Erie County, Mason, and TLC San Angelo, along with Wall. Mason competed yesterday, October 31st, but didn't manage to place in the top 5. Erie County will compete on November 7th at the Alamo Dome there in San Antonio, and both TLCA San Angelo and Wall will compete on November 8th. Congratulations to those Concho Valley programs for making the state competition. Finally, in weather, it seems that freezing weather is over, at least for about the next week. Expect a beautiful weekend to kick off November. This afternoon, expect a high around 61 degrees with a low overnight just reaching 35, right above freezing. On Thursday, it'll be 66 in the afternoon with a low of about 43. And then it looks like great football weather under the Friday night lights with a high of 72, and then a low falling only to 52 degrees Friday night. Over the weekend, highs will climb into the mid to upper 70s. Look for winds blowing about 30 miles per hour, so it will be windy. The Lakeview Chiefs have one more game on the schedule against Lubbock Estacado Friday night. Cover One analyst Ryan Chadwick has a full story, but before we get to that, here's a message from the Bass Bunch.
The latest driving technology is here at Jim Bass Ford in a Ford F-150. Blue Cruise is an available hands-free highway driving technology that allows you to let go of the wheel with confidence while keeping your eyes on the road. It's available on select Ford vehicles, and it's earned Consumer Reports top-rated active driving assistance system. Be tech ready with Ford Blue Cruise. Now, drive a 2023 Ford F-150 and get $11,000 in total savings. For this great offer, visit Jim Bass Ford today.
The Lakeview Chiefs play their final game in the 2023 football season this Friday in Lubbock against the Estacado Matadors. While the Chiefs missed the playoffs this season, these boys continue to play hard each and every week. At his weekly press conference at Lakeview High School, head coach Hector Guevara talked about what he expects from Estacado this weekend and what his seniors mean to this team as they head into their final matchup. Let's take a look.
Man, there's not much we can, that you can really emphasize on one athlete. Like I said, they have some good receiving core, really good running backs that can change a ball game. Quarterback's agile, make some good throws. So he's versatile, and so we're gonna just try to hopefully slow him down a little bit, and hopefully we're in position to make some good plays, and be in a position to you know, create some havoc. I'm really proud of the seniors. They did a good job. I mean, all of them. I would start naming names, but I'll forget one and I'll feel bad. On both sides of the ball, I think they contributed some good leadership, offensively, defensively. They're going to be missed because I know they worked extremely hard throughout the years here. It's not the way we wanted to end the season, but there's something to be said about them and their leadership when the kids are continuing to play hard and stay together throughout the process.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Lakeview's game against the Matadors will be at Lowry Field in Lubbock. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. And of course, for more sports around the Concho Valley and beyond, be sure to check in every day at sanangelolive.com/sports.
Ew, that's so gross.
Right now, get 15% off carpet cleaning from Carpet Tech.
Well, hello, welcome back. I'm Joe Hyde. I'm joined here right now with the man, the myth, the legend. Stop. Chef Tim Condon.
Chef Tim.
Anyway, Tim, you are the proprietor of Angry Cactus.
Yes.
And that is downtown at the corner of Chadbourne Street and Concho.
Yep. Chadbourne and Concho.
Now, tell me, we need to dispel some of these urban legends before we get started.
Okay.
Is the cactus, that big plastic cactus up there, the angry one?
Yeah.
Is it angrier now than it was when we first opened? Because it looks a little bit more, I don't know, imposing.
It's a little angrier. It just depends on the.
But you know
news.
that the rules. When you were, I covered the whole Angry Cactus saga. The rules were you had to make it a happy cactus.
Yep, and it's a happy cactus.
Is it happy?
Right?
Is it happy?
It is. It's gotten a lot happier.
Now the next question is it really pointed directly at Miss Hattie's?
We won't talk about that.
Anyway, Tim Condon and I, we go back a long way, and today we're going to learn a little bit about how you do things at the Angry Cactus with this special. It's called Fiesta Scallops.
Yeah, so we do specials down at the Angry Cactus. We've got a great culinary team. And what we try to do is line up specials every now and then, something seasonal, something kind of in our realm, something in our West Texas kind of playbook. Right. And so this weekend,
back up. How is a scallop a West Texas thing?
Well, that's pretty much the only thing or only component to this dish that's not really a West Texas.
You have to go to Galveston to get those.
Yeah, I believe these are East Coast scallops. But I'm not 100%
East
sure.
Coast scallops. So we better make sure we cook them well.
Yeah, exactly. And
get all the germs out of them.
That, and we do a good little sear on them with our nice little blackening seasoning. So I've got these awesome. Let me show you kind of how we do this. We've got these beautiful scallops, and
show the camera there. Give a little.
You can see those are nice scallops, good size, right? And we're gonna go ahead and just blacken them. I've got this blackening seasoning, which is like a Cajun seasoning.
Now the seasoning that he's using, you can actually buy it at the Angry Cactus. You got a little store set up there. Last time I was there, a little store up in the front.
We do. We have a store, and we're going to go ahead and sear these. Okay. We have a store that sells our seasonings, this blackening seasoning, as well as some of our steak seasonings, our Angry Chicken seasoning.
These are exclusive to the Angry Cactus.
They are. They are my personal seasonings, Chef Tim's seasonings, and we also have canned and jarred items like pickles, olives, things of that nature.
Now, Tim, when you're teaching your staff how to do it, I'm really impressed with this. This is a piece of paper and it has the instructions with the recipe on it, and you even have drawings of what it should look like.
Well, I'm a big believer that cooking is much like art, and so in order to train and in order to show people kind of exactly what we're wanting, it's critical that there's a visual component as well as some language that shows exactly step by step, basically a recipe on how to do a special.
Right. For those on the podcast, what we're doing here is we have a skillet in our studio, and we are blackening the scallops.
Yeah, we're gonna blacken it, and I like to do my blackening on nice high heat. So as you can see, there's nice amount of smoke, and we're really getting kind of like almost a slight char on the outside of the scallop. And I always say use your knob. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the fire, and I'm controlling the temperature.
So this is a gas skillet. We're looking at the flame that's coming up on the skillet.
And we're going to go ahead and season the top of these
and we're putting
as well.
some more
Chef
blackening season on there.
Chef Tim's Cajun seasoning.
Cajun seasoning.
And what I'm trying to do is really kind of get a nice sear on the outside of these scallops, get some good color, because we're going to combine these scallops with all these other ingredients, and it's going to create this like beautiful harmony of a nice seared scallop with all of these other components.
Now, for those on the podcast, what we're looking at is you know, one of the best dishes I've ever had was in South Carolina. It was grits and shrimp.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're going to have scallops and shrimp.
Pretty much
grits.
the same thing, but just
Right.
a different item. So if you can see, and I'll kind of show the camera here once I get these guys all flipped over, they got a beautiful color on them. Nice dark color, beautiful color. And that's really the beauty of what blackening seasoning is all about, right? And getting that blackened scallop.
It smells wonderful.
Oh,
it smells wonderful.
You can't beat blackened scallops, in my opinion. Right. So we're going to use this beautiful plate here, and I've got some
fine
grits
china
right here.
from the Angry Cactus.
Exactly. And I like my grits nice and creamy, and we added a little bit of bacon and a little bit of cheddar cheese as well. So we're just going to put some grits right down the middle of the plate there. And we're going to let these kind of scallops just kind of continue to sear. And I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of this. This is a Fiesta chicken, kind of like a West Texas version.
Not chicken, scallops.
Yeah, did I say chicken?
Yeah, you said chicken.
Scallops. And
you can't say it tastes like chicken because it's going to taste good.
Yeah, and we're going to do a little bit of, with our scallops, a little bit of this black bean and corn salsa.
So basically it's like a pico de gallo with corn and black beans and tomatoes and onions.
And that'll give these scallops kind of this West Texas twist, right?
Right.
And we've got these beautiful scallops, and I'm just going to line them up right down the line here.
Right down the middle of the grits. Mm-hmm. Look at that.
And I like to do my scallops a little bit on the medium to medium well side. So they'll have a little bit of pink still in them. And I'm going to leave that guy right there. We're going to take
an extra scallop.
A little extra scallop. We're going to take a little bit of our pico de gallo.
Okay, so now this is real pico de gallo we're putting on there. Tomatoes and jalapenos and onions.
We're going to put that over there. And then we're going to come ahead and finish with a little bit of our tortillas for crunch. That's really kind of what makes this dish special, is you got a nice
And these are tortilla strips.
Tortilla strips that have been fried. And of course, I love to finish with nice fresh cilantro. This is micro cilantro.
Do you grow that fresh yourself, that cilantro?
We have a vendor that grows it for us.
Okay.
And so we get many jars of it every single week. And they all come in little packs, and it's fresh, fresh, fresh. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pair this with a Pinot Grigio here.
And that's a wine for those in Mertzen.
Yeah, so what I like to do, especially with these specials, is kind of look to find a wine pairing, a cocktail pairing, anything of that nature. And so with this scallop dish with kind of like the blackening seasoning with these kind of fresh flavors of the corn and the black beans, I'm really trying to find something acidic to kind of cut that creaminess that we're really getting from these grits. And so this is a Pinot Grigio here. And it'll be nice and crisp and easy to drink by itself, but it'll go even better with the scallop. And so what we have here is the pan-seared scallops. They're blackened.
It looks wonderful.
With a little bit of grits and our wine. So let's go ahead. Here's a fork. Pinot Grigio. Let's go ahead and see if it's worth the...
All right, I got a fork. I know y'all wanted a fork at home. I'm going to put the instructions down here. I'm going to steal your recipe, sell them to a competitor.
So I always look at the grits and I'm like, all right, how creamy are they? And that's kind of like where the base is, right?
Pretty creamy.
Creamy. It's got good flavor, right? You're looking for that kind of like the bacon's going to add saltiness, the cheddar, but it's going to have that really good kind of flavor.
Very good.
And you just cut a scallop right in half. And it's got that beautiful sear on it. And it should have some crunch. Right there. Beautiful. Nice little sear.
I'm going to put a little grits on it, because that's the way it's supposed to go.
And that's a perfect scallop.
Okay.
It's got that buttery flavor, right? Mm-hmm. You can get that spice, that
it's got a little kick to it from the seasoning.
Yeah, and I love this seasoning. When we made this seasoning recipe, I really wanted it to have a nice amount of heat, but also all that round flavor. So we've got like oregano in there and other things.
So the heat doesn't overcome the taste.
Exactly. You don't ever want anything to overpower. We're looking for balance. And so if you take the wine and you have the scallops, you're going to get a balance.
Right.
And that's what we're really after as chefs, is creating that balance.
Cheers.
Cheers. So it'll cut the acidity. So that's going to be a lot more acidic, and this is going to be a lot more creamy with these crunchy elements. And so that's really what we're
got
after.
a little bit of a kick at the end too, and it accentuates the grits.
Exactly.
Really, I mean, it's really good.
So we'll be doing that Friday and Saturday this
All right,
weekend.
so that you explain to this so people understand. Every once in a while, the Angry Cactus comes out with a special dish. This is a special dish.
This is a special
It's
dish.
going to be available Friday and Saturday nights, or is it all day?
Friday and Saturday evenings only.
Evenings only, and basically you have so many scallops you can sell.
Yeah, we've got about 16 to 20 orders that we can produce. So when they're gone, they're gone. But that's the beauty of bringing in something fresh like that, is we're able to kind of get the best quality product and really move it. And then when it's gone, it's gone.
So get a bottle of wine and 2 of the Fiesta scallop plates.
That sounds
on
good.
a Friday or Saturday night. What a date.
Exactly.
What a date. Anyway, Tim, thank you very much for coming on and
Absolutely.
cooking. It was delicious. And we'll see you probably, in a couple weeks?
Yep, for
a couple
sure.
weeks, we're coming back. Anyway,
right, Joe.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Back to the studio.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Concho's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Concho's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Concho stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Concho's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
And that's it for news, weather, and sports. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for more. For the team here at San Angelo Live, I'm Yancey Screen.